Okay guys, seems we're ready to start the match. Let's see if the teams are ready. We'll be playing FSA versus DymaxioN. Actually, they need 2 minutes. Okay. I'll show you guys the match pages while we wait a couple more minutes for Ferox to be ready. Let's go to the bathroom, I guess. So yeah, this is the semi-finals of the tournament. Whoever wins this will play the final against whoever wins between Fox Armada and Divergent Fate. We might be able to stream that one. It's supposed to be scheduled in an hour and a half from what I just read in Discord, between Ethic and its Enchanter. So that's going to be interesting, and whoever wins that final will play against the losers bracket winner, which is still being figured out. We will have right now being played at the same time Snake Gaming versus the Lucans and Wait Please versus Team Vane to decide who will go on into the final from the losers side of the tournament. So yeah, just have to wait a couple more minutes for Ferox to be ready. Thank you for the follow. Meanwhile, Hunter X, how you doing, man? Are you participating in the tournament? I don't think you are you? Too busy with 5 versus 5 to care about good old 3 versus 3. Okay, they're just deciding what voice channel they're going to use, if Discord or the in-game. Should be joining quite soon. Hope you guys at Cryptic practice a little bit more on Direct. You were way too much uncoordinated. Like, you guys have the skills, it was just not tight. I guess it's lack of playing together too much. Too busy in life to care about Vainglory. Well, it happens as well. The game is a bit, especially the esports scene is a bit fluctuating. But I think it's gonna be nice with this Steam release now. We're gonna have a lot more people to play the game and hopefully reach the more professional level, and at the same time also have more people watching the game, which would be nice. Game should be about to start. There will be sports, I don't care either. Because girlfriend trumps over VG, yeah, I have same problem. We're ready. I'm ready. Okay, so it seems both teams are ready, so let's get into the draft. Good luck, everyone. Good luck, have fun. We will have... Hopefully this will not crash. I assume that hotfix 4.0.4 fixed the thingy thing. There we go. We're going to the draft. Let me show you guys the draft right now. We have Team FSA on the left side, and we have Team DymaxioN on the right side. Hey Jinx, how you doing, man? Celeste on the last ranked game. Which one was that? I played a couple ranked games before I started the stream. So we have a ban on Yates, which is, I guess, alright. It's very hard to figure out what bans you should do on 3 versus 3. There's so many broken heroes on the 3 versus 3 meta. And we have a ban for Gwen on the red team side. I don't know why we don't hear any sound effects for this part of the game, but I assume things will work properly afterwards. Squashy picked up Churnwalker, very strong pick, regardless if it's on Sovereign Rise or Halcyon Fold. And Fairy Bee picking up Lance. Celeste's gonna be the lane carry. I guess Fairyby is gonna play that one. Swapped Lance to Ghost Warrior. And the side of team FSA are considering Vox. Vox is very strong. He got a little bit of a nerf on update 4.0, but he's still pretty good, especially if you play in... Well, I was gonna say weapon, but both of his builds are pretty decent. But since they have a Reza, they're probably gonna play him weapon, and Reza being on the CP path. On the last 5v5 game I played Jewel. Yeah, well, that one was alright. That one was alright. Was a bit weary that we were gonna lose that one, but I think we won, didn't we? I think we did. I forget already. Last pick from the side of DymaxioN is the Grumpjaw. Very strong pick right now on meta 4.0. Let's see how they play him. Very tanky build from the side of DymaxioN. So their team FSA are gonna struggle a little bit. Let's see what they're going to do to break through that heavy defense. Guess Churnwalker will play a crucial role here. I'm just happy that this doesn't crash on the draft anymore, because the way it was impossible to stream. Well, it was possible, it was just extremely annoying. Anyways, welcome to the Halcyon Fold.
Halcyon Fold has begun.
It has begun indeed. Team FSA splitting between the lane and the back jungle camps. While Ghost Warrior is going to put down some vision on that Elder Treant. Nice hat. It's the Gladiator skin. I don't think I ever played with this skin. I always used the Golden Lance, Nether Regions Lance, whatever it's called. Anyways, Simi putting down the pressure on the lane early on. Let's see if he gets impaled or not. He manages to dodge that one. Well done. Both teams reaching up for the middle treant. Let's see if we have first blood coming out. Some vision. Revealing Ghost Warrior 855 there. Let me know if the volume are okay, by the way. I think probably the game might be a little bit too high. I'm gonna lower it a bit. Simi in a bad position there, gets impaled, and that might be first blood. Flask getting popped to keep him alive. Even sends out a few resonance bounces. He's fine. He's good. No problem. I'm testing some keys. I like the height stuff. Which is strange. Ah, I think it's like the point of view from the side of the red team. Interesting. And the arrow keys, just move this. So if I hit D, I see vision as the red team does. Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Interesting. And now I don't know how to put it back. Oh, it's down. Okay. And if I... Oh, very interesting way. So I can see the views from all sides of the teams. That's interesting. Interesting. I didn't know there was that functionality existed on the client. It's very useful for commentating. Ooh, nice root there, and probably first blood. Simi overextending there with that box, trying to farm up, and Molasses and Ghost Warrior with Impale, punishing him for that. Let's see how this Reza does, now that he's alone. Guess he's had to give up. Ooh, and now I don't see the... Oh shit, okay. Now I think I fucked up the views completely. Yeah, now I'm only seeing on one team or the other team. I need to figure out the hotkey to... Squashy is getting dangerously low. He manages to survive. Vox gets an impale there, though. Okay, let's try a few more keys. See if I can figure out... Okay, I guess it's X that shows both. Okay. No. What the fuck? Very strange. I think both teams are showing up now. Guess I should probably stay still with the keys, not touch them anymore. Ghost Warrior with a little impale there, punishing Ferox. See me just farming away. Should probably take a look at builds real quick while Vox enjoys that impale. He seems to be enjoying them a lot so far. He's gotten quite a few of them on his face. Let's take a look at builds then. It seems that Vox is indeed going for that Poison Shiv. I'm probably Breaking Point afterwards. Then old school Vox build for weapon. Celeste not doing much itemization so far. I guess she doesn't have the money yet. And Reza started up with that mandatory Storm Banner. Ooh, Squashy missing the chain. He does get impaled to compensate. Not very good compensation. And gets eaten by Fairy, so this might be another kill here onto Squashy. Indeed, he gets stunned up. Oh, and now it's Simi that gets an impale and a Solar Storm in the face. Ferox wants to have a return kill there, but fails. And now it's Furby who overextends. He's gonna try to kill Simi off. He does get the kill, but will end up dying to the turret himself. So it's a decent trade, all things considering. Here comes Ferox trying to finish off Malassi, uses the ultimate, gets pushed into that turret and ends up dying. So well played by Ghost Warrior there, protecting his Celeste well. Making sure that Reza would take that turret aggro. 5 minutes in. Let's see if Simi avoids this impale. Ghost Warrior doesn't even try for the impale. It's not worth it. Meanwhile, in the jungle, Ferox is just gonna rotate to the lane, avoid Grumpjaw altogether. Grumpjaw is not a very good pick to have if you're a Reza. He's too tanky to really chunk down those native perks that give him extra armor. Get really annoying. Jarvis gets slammed down. Actually, Squashy gets slammed down. Uses the boots, goes behind the turret, tries to avoid that aggro, gets impaled, and that's gonna be another kill. He really needs to get a Crucible, I guess. It's the second time he's already been eaten by Grumpjaw. Still the first game of the series. It's best of 3. It's farming. Nothing happening. Gold lead is slightly in the favor of the red team, mostly due to the kills, I guess. Let's take a look at builds while they do this rotation. Poison Shiv already finished on the side of Vox, and some boots. Make sure he keeps safe. We have a little bit of an engage here. Fairy B overextending. Simi uses his dash to get away though. Should be safe. Fairy B going for the Serpent's Mask first item, which is interesting. Let's see if he goes for the Tension Bone next, or what's the build that he's going to go for on that Grumpjaw. Nice double chain pull there, but not much follow-up. Oh, nice trespass that, but a Crucible was popped to make sure he didn't get actioned. And Reza in a very tight spot, uses his ultimate, almost get a Solar Storm in his face. He's forced to back away, ends up just clearing some vision while the rest of his teammates push the lane. But very near kill there. They need to be really careful. Very close match so far, which is quite good. That's what we want. Simi might be overextending there. It's not a nice place to be if he gets an impale. The problem with this team DymaxioN is that they can chain that CC a lot. They can impale, they can do the Holy Nova, and they can also eat the enemy hero with Grumpjaw. So if they land one of those stuns, it's going to be very hard for the target hero to bounce back on not get deleted from that team fight. So we will need to see some Crucibles on point from the side of Squashy. Let's take a look at builds, how it's evolving so far. He only has Fountain so far, and only level 1 boots. Would assume he would have level 2 as a support, especially as a Churn Walker. He's so slow. Malas is going for a much sustained build, which I personally don't really like on Celeste. Especially because we are in this meta that doesn't promote defense, so you're so squishy, you usually get bursted down. So you don't really get full advantage of the Eve of Harvest. It does help with the energy though. But let's see how it works out for Malassists. They will probably get this turret. Yes, they will. Not much contest. We have an oink from Squashy in response. Very deadly response. You need to be careful of that. And Team DymaxioN starting up this gold miner. T-Rox does have vision. They can try to contest it. We'll see me rotate from the top. It doesn't seem like he's very interested. Immense payout going out for the side of Team DymaxioN. The red team. Grumpjaw got the last hit there. It's a very close matchup so far. One turret in favor for the side of Team DymaxioN, which I believe is mostly Turkish players, against FSA, which is mostly Swedish players. So it's a bit of a nationality war as well. That A from Resident Threat connecting, Squashy overextending. Ooh, the Giffian wall pushes him away from the eating of Grumpjaw, otherwise he would be in a very bad position. Trespass, but the Crucible was on. Grumpjaw is relentless, trying to go after Squashy. Car collapse missing there. Here comes the ultimate from Reza, trying to punish someone, anyone. He does his damage, he manages to get Grumpjaw in the end. Nice team fight from FSA, very good response, while Squashy was so low there. But those chains helped a lot distribute that damage from the rest of his teammates and managed to win them that team fight. They will probably not be able to get this turret though. Ferox wants to get Malassi there, but misses. Impale connects onto Simi. He's forced to pop his boots to get the hell away from there. Here comes a wild Grumpjaw. Might be overextending, but he knows Ferox is low, so he was trying to catch him off guard. Very good match so far. First game of the series. Just a small reminder yet again, while I have nothing better to speak about. Visions getting popped from side to side. K-Rock's done farming. He's overextending there. He's forced to use the dash to get away. You can't face check a bush against a Grumpjaw and a Lance. Grumpjaw manages to eat someone. I believe it was the Vox. Here comes the ultimate from Reza, but it just got deleted. Trespass, keeping Squashy alive for a little while longer. He uses the boots, trying desperately to get away. Crucible, not enough to keep him alive, and it's the ace for the side of DymaxioN. Probably gonna get this turret and the Kraken as well. It's already Kraken time. Almost lost track of the minutes there. Thought they still had a gold miner on. Assist taking his sweet time, giving Ferox a window of opportunity to reach there. He's not gonna risk it, is he? Probably shouldn't. Nope, they decide to play it safe. And now they decide to play it aggressive. Here comes Simi, punishing that Celeste. Ferox wants to finish the job, doesn't quite connect. Seems like this Celeste isn't taking any damage whatsoever. Is that the Eve of Harvest protecting her? Perhaps. Now Simi trying to do some damage, gets eaten. Meanwhile, the Kraken is watching on that lane. I don't think Simi can do 1 versus 3, even with the chains from... Nope, indeed he dies. The chains from Squashy not helping enough to push this. That was a bit of an overextend. They knew they had the Kraken, but they thought they could kill off that Celeste. But clearly Celeste was having none of it. I guess that Eve of Harvest, she does have a Slumbering Husk, so that might have been what was protecting her. It felt like Ferox was totally on top of her and not doing any damage whatsoever. And he does have two very strong offensive items. Both either Ferox missed his fire perk on Celeste, or something wrong is afoot. Team FSA need to play very carefully this next engage. They can't rush it like it is. Simi overextending here. He's gonna back out while the rest of his team rotates down from clearing the jungle. One more team fight or clean ace could give the win to DymaxioN. I keep feeling like I'm saying the name wrong. It's DymaxioN. Yeah, DymaxioN. DymaxioN. I guess it means something in Turkish. I don't know. Ferox overextending again. He dodges the impale though. They're in the lane, waiting for the next engage. Next Kraken should be about to spawn. In a few more seconds. Ferox tries to do some poke damage, but is not really doing any damage whatsoever. Nice triple chains there, but the Trespath doesn't quite connect. The Crucible very well timed. And now it's Squashy that gets eaten up by this Grumpjaw, and he's in a very bad position. Uses the Crucible to avoid getting stunned up underneath the turret. Solar Storm not quite picking up who they should, and Ferox overextending now, trying to get a kill, any kill whatsoever. Now it's Vox that's overextending, does manage to lay down the damage. 1, 2, and not a free because the turret is punishing them. But Squashy or Simi does get the ace in the end. Very interesting team fight there, underneath the turret and everything. This will allow Simi to get this turret off. Will equalize the game a little bit more in terms of gold. Let's take a look at builds real quick while both teams are recovering. We see Vox with Poison Shiv, Sorrow Blade, and Bonesaw. And Reza trying to do some piercing damage on him, on his build, and also got some defensive Aegis to help him avoid getting eaten or impaled, I guess. Malas is waiting for the Frostburn as the last offensive item. Interesting. I would have gone for Dragon's Eye, for example, or Shatterglass, but it's been working okay for them so far. And he only died once, so let's trust him and see what he does with that. Let's see if we have another engage coming up. Team rotating. FSA is a bit split apart, squashing a bad place of his own jungle. Is Kraken really walking outside of her zone? What the hell is she... Oh, she's clearing vision. Ah. I didn't know Kraken cleared vision. Will she clear that vision as well? What the hell? Why did she kill... Why did she clear the vision in the bush and not the vision that is right there? Weird shit. Weird shit indeed. Should be about to have another engage right now. Both teams rotate up to the lane. Squashy manages to get a chain. Not much you can do with it though. Both teams just trying to zone each other out. Waiting for a mistake from the opponent team. Now the red team will do a rotation to mid jungle, and they're gonna start up the Kraken. Will the blue team come and investigate? They do have vision there, so they know what's happening. Simi wants to go there, but he decides to go around and then decides against his will to go forward. Instead, if we have a forced engage, a Crucible not really working, a little bit too late. Trespass does work, but two members got rooted. And Reza running for his life. Uses the ultimate to get away, but Grumpjaw guessed properly. And Simi running for his life. Can't really help Ferox much there. He decides to just rotate down, clear up some vision. He might get pinched here. Malassi wants a one-on-one against Simi. Vox should win this team fight, so that was not a very smart call from the side of Malassi's. Or maybe Ghost Warrior was the one who didn't quite follow through on that pinching movement. Bit of a miscommunication there, perhaps. Cost them dearly. Very tense first game on the semi-final of the Online Champion Double Elimination Cup. Now it's Simi who decides to start off the Kraken. Let's try to bait Ghost Warrior into a team fight. Well, Celeste is still down, and she won't come back soon. Ghost Warrior doesn't dare to contest it. And neither does Grumpjaw. So free Kraken for the side of FSA. Well played. Nice decision. A vision there, but not very necessary. They decided to go for the Crystal Sentry. Reminder that Crystal Sentry on update 4.0 gives a nice little attack and defense boost or buff. So it's really worth taking. And it respawns an infinite number of times. Simi wants to have an engage there. Herox getting the healer, trying to go back up. Impale missing from Ghost Warrior there. But this Kraken is almost down. Simi overextending. Grumpjaw is trying to get him, but the Crucible's popped just in case. I don't think he was gonna get him, but just in case. Ferox overextending again. Wants to punish this Lance. And now they decide to recall back home. Nice game, very close matchup between these two teams. No clue who is going to win the next team fight. It's all about position. And the timing on those Crucibles seem to have been making quite a bit of a difference on most of the team fights we have witnessed. Ferox finishing that healer there. That's the red team that decides to push forward, uses the vision there. The flare. Check out what's happening. We have another engage here. So to push the lane first. Both teams are infused. Although Ferox is almost running out. Should probably recall back to base. Get that charged up again. Ooh, Celeste goes there just to lay a few of her A abilities. Put a little pressure on this lane. Force it forward. Now they will do a rotation down to the Crystal Sentry. Simi wants to contest it, but decides against it. Which is wise. 1 versus 3 is not very smart. So upper hand on the red team, and now they're trying to hide in this bush. Vision did not catch them. We will have a surprise bush indeed. They even have vision there, so they know when the enemy is there. They see Ferox now. Well, they'll try to get him. Yes, they will. They missed the car collapse though. And the Solar Storm. They missed everything, so bumped out. But they might try to get Simi here. They missed the Githian Rollbait. They land the Impale, catching him in a bad position. Squashy overextends a little bit, tried to help him out. Ends up getting swallowed by Ferries. Chained up, stun by that Celeste. And now FSA is playing without their support. And that means death for this Vox. And probably a Kraken for the red team. Ferox wants to contest it. Dangerous move, but he's a Reza. He does have the mobility. Oh, he dodges that car collapse, but gets melted down. That's an ace And the clock says 18 seconds for the support show up, so DymaxioN decides to just do the base rush. Not the base rush, just try to destroy it. Try to destroy it before the enemy team spawns up. They do have both turrets. They should be able to finish game here. Should be game 1. Game 1 going to the side of DymaxioN. Well played, both teams. Very close matchup. Congratulations, DymaxioN, on taking the first win of today's semi-final. Let's go back to the lobby for a second here as I switch up the teams from side to side. Very close match. That was really well balanced. Might have to re-invite a player or two. Let's see. Okay, seems that FSA is ready, and so are the other teams. So let's get into the draft for this game 2. Reminder that DymaxioN is winning 1-0. Finding a match for your party shouldn't be too hard because all the heroes are in place. Here we go. We are in the draft. Let's take this wonderful opportunity to change the names around. DymaxioN is winning 1-0 against FSA. This is a best of 3, so whoever wins, or if DymaxioN wins this match, they will move on to the final of the Double Elimination Cup tournament. The bans right now is Yates and Churnwalker. I'm gonna do a little alt tab here to lower a little bit of the in-game music. Gwen getting picked up from the side of Ferryby, and Squashy considering the Grace and a Grumpjaw. So a very tanky build on the side of FSA this time. Ghost Warrior going for that Lance once again. They did pretty well with that Lance, so good pick. Lance is in such a good place right now. He does so much damage. Even when you're playing support, just those impales do a ton of damage. And the Githin wall, when it's well timed, can just completely wreck a team fight. It seems that this lance will be either a weapon or a crystal lance, and we will have a Lorelei doing the support. And on the side of FSA, we picked up a Sky as the last hero. Interesting. Wonder if that's going to be a weapon or a CP Sky. Probably CP. At least Grump does better in his weapon build. But it's also possible to play Grump on the CP build. Do yourself, what's it called? The Storm Crown, an Aftershock, and maybe Spellfire. You can do a pretty significant amount of damage. So let's see, game 2 of this series. I actually thought FSA were the favorites, so I'm a bit surprised by DymaxioN taking that first game, but they totally deserved it. They played well, was a very close game, and they managed to finish it well. They took their early game advantage all the way to the end. Oh, Ghost Warrior overextending here. This might be first blood already. Oh my god. That was a bit of a throw. Some overconfidence from Ghost Warrior, and now the backs will be completely exposed. Let's see if Gwen does a rotation to get steal some jungle from the enemy. She seems to be going for that, then deciding against it. She sticks through the lane, and this Grumpjaw and Sky will back off. Maybe try to get This barrier treant. Simi does need to rotate to the lane though, otherwise Gwen is gonna put a lot of damage into that turret. Fairies be overextending, it might be a little bit low, it might be second blood. And Ghost Warrior might be next. Unfortunately, that angle there not the most favorable for that forward barrage. An oink comes out from Squashy. Thank you for that. I love that emoji. It's like it's my favorite of all the emojis you can use. The heart, the golden poop. I think I really prefer the oink. So early game advantage for SFA, trying to redeem themselves from the previous matchup. Let's see how long it lasts. Oh, we missed a little bit of a farm there. That happens. Buckshot, not really doing much damage this early in the game. Another buckshot, just to prevent the recall. Trolling Simi a little bit there. A lot of pressure on this turret early on. Here comes Ferox to help out a little bit. But he can't eat anyone. He's only level 4 so far. So he just looks menacing with those weird tentacles for a face. Lance recalled home and is now doing his jungle. Squashy missing that holy Nova there. Ooh, Ghost Warrior so low, the Flask keeps him alive. Mashimi, can he get the last hit on Simi? Nope. The Flask also kept him alive. So, well played. A couple of trades here. Both of them, both players really low, but managing to secure. Simi missing a little bit more farm on those couple of minions. Buckshot. Not much happening in the jungle, just farming as usual. Ooh, Malassi is dangerously low and dies to Squashy. Well played there. Here comes Furby, trying to punish someone back. Misses the impale though, and he's the one who's probably going to die. Uses the flash, tries desperately to stay alive. Ferox not doing enough damage, but he does manage to get that Lorelei instead. And he wants to go for Furby, decides against it, because this Gwen was here poking, and she does do enough damage. Where's Squashy going? Squashy is gonna try to troll Furby. And succeeds for a little bit. Not enough. Furby's alright and farming. Grumshaw stealing those potatoes there. It's also quite low, needs to be careful. That rotation of his. Ghost Warrior trying to clean up that vision. Gets a lot of forward barrage on his face instead. It's always nice. I always like a little forward barrage in the morning. When you go to the beach, a little forward barrage. To help peel off some of those dead skins from your face. Suri strike to reposition. Simi there. He's fine. Well, team's just farming, putting down some pressure on this lane. Here comes the engage from Squashy. Gets fish food into the floor. Holy Nova missing everyone. But it's the effort that counts. Now Ferox manages to eat someone and crucibles his way out of getting rooted. Not quite resulting in a kill though. Simi not quite having enough damage just yet. Needs to recall home, get himself some more items. Might be overextending against Malassis here, especially not having any vision on that lower bush. But he seems confident. Malassis still has his ultimate available. I don't know why he didn't just gank Simi there, but okay, whatever. Simi's still farming. It's already up to 800 gold. Still not enough for him to recall home and get himself a third tier attack item. And now Ferris is here, or Ferriby is here, to help put down some pressure on this. Oh, Buckshot prevents Simi from recalling. What a troll. Squashy holding down this lane, waiting for Ferox to do the rotation. He's gonna hold his minions like a champ, taking all the damage, waiting for Simi to make his way. An oink emote to go along with it. Oh, and Simi missed that farm. That was a shame. Might have a little bit of an engage down here. It's a Grumpjaw versus Lance. Usually Grumpjaw would win this one, just because of the tankiness that that Grumpjaw usually has. Now they both rotate up to that barrier tree ant from the jungle camp of the blue team. Gifting Wall not quite landing. Manages to get away. Buckshot. Ooh, nice fishfoot there. Catching 3 people, I believe. Suri Strike over the wall. Not Suri Strike, forward barrage. Get my names correct. Need my cheat sheet open. See all the names properly. Meanwhile, this Grumpjaw took out the gold miner, and this will increase the lead advantage that Team FSA have on this match. They are 2k gold ahead. Simi has himself a Shatterglass, not a Frostburn or Dragon's Eye, which what would be expected from a Sky, a CP Sky. But I guess Dragon's Eye also works. I guess Shatterglass also works, I mean. That Grumpjaw went for Poison Shiv first item, which is very good to have on Grumpjaw. You want that extra speed attack to... you want the extra attack speed to keep getting those perks on your armor, because the more you attack, the more it refills. And at the same time, you want to get those mortal wounds in. So a very important... oh, nice fish food there onto Simi. A very important item for Grumpjaw to have. Here he goes, he's diving in with his A. Decides to back off immediately. Gets rooted by Furby. Pushed down. The Holy Nova misses completely. The ultimate from Sky not quite connecting as he wished it would. And now Team FSA is all pretty low. But Ferox eats someone, but gets stunned up by the Aces High. Will we get a kill out of this skirmish? Nice impale there. Waterwall keeps Furby alive. Just barely, very close team fights here. Here comes Squashy, trying to get an Holy Nova. Does land against Malices. Can't back off due to the ultimate from Sky there, but the forward barrage just doesn't landing. And if the forward barrage doesn't land, you can't really do any damage. Here comes Ferox, tries to get some damage himself. Not enough to get a kill though. But very nice skirmishes we've been having so far. Let's take a look at builds real quick while these teams rotate back down. Gwen finishing both the Poison Shiv and the Sorrow Blade. You can see that Lance went for Serpent's Mask. Serpent's Mask Tension Bow on Lance has been very OP recently, especially if you couple it up with something more defensive to make sure you keep your tankiness. Simi, meanwhile, did a Frostburn, so he seems to be redeeming team fights. Meanwhile, we have another skirmish going on. This Naga going dangerously low does indeed die in the end. And Grumpjaw wanted a little bit more out of that, but got Giffian walled away. Manages to eat Gwen now, and the Crucible protects him from the impale. Will this Gwen survive? Yes, he will. Thanks to Lance, that Giffian wall stunning up Sky, preventing her from finishing up her forward barrage. Extra poke damage there with the roll. Another extra poke there. Ooh, misses the impale, and that's... oh, the water wall keeps him alive. I was thinking that was a very dead Lance, but that water wall from Lorelei keeping him alive. Meanwhile, Grumpjaw finished the gold and extends the gold lead advantage for FSA. But they've been struggling on these team fights. They've been very close team fights. So they need to keep this gold lead advantage forward if they want to have a chance on the late game. And as the game progresses, Lance is only gonna be deadlier. It's gonna do more and more damage with those impales and get in walls. And Grace uses the boots to get away from that fish food and water pool. Lance is just farming away. Curious to see what his next item will be. Probably a tension bow. It's a bit risky that both the players from the side of DymaxioN are doing weapon build paths. I would be recommending FSA to be doing armor defense right now, if I were them. Holy Nova's carrying away that lance. Sky going very low, not quite enough to be killed off. Last is just putting down some more poke damage on this Grace. Getting that forward barrage. Very hard to get away from the forward barrage due to the frostburn. Quickly missing now. Nice fish food. This Lorelei being very on point with those fish foods. Really making a difference. And the water walls as well. Ferox might have a good opening here. While the Lance backtracks, but Grace is too low. We'll just have to go away. Ferox wanted to have a piece of Melissa's, just force the Crucible out of them. Nothing else. Meanwhile, Lance is farming away. So Grump decides to go farm as well. At least get the healer, get his heal back up. Ghost Warrior overextending a little bit there, trying to get a fish food in. Might have another engage here between Grumpjaw and the Lance. Grumpjaw with his attack speed of the Poison Shiv just doing a lot of annoyance to the enemy team. Lance can't really put him in his place. And they might get a free Kraken here. Blue team doesn't rotate in time. Here comes Massisis, but it's just poking at that Grace. Not really checking. The buckshot not quite connecting. They do have vision. Only Nova tries to prevent him from doing. They decide to turn around and engage. The Crucible getting popped just randomly there. Nice eaten by Ferox. And we do have a kill going out on that Lorelei. Let's keep following this team match. Ace's Eye connecting onto that Sky. But it's the Grumpjaw that's doing a ton of damage. And Mortal Wounds get applied. Simi manages to finish off that Gwen, and they should have a pretty safe Kraken now. We're gonna take the Crystal Sentry first, just to make sure. They have that little buff. And meanwhile, Grace has already started the Kraken, going dangerously low. Grumpjaw keeps this Lance away. Lance not able to do much against the Grumpjaw, mostly because he's so slow with those attacks. You need to rely on the Gwen to do the damage. They might get Ferox here overextended. That's what they try to do, but nice A over the wall. Keeps him safe. Grace also used her ultimate there. Now only Simi left to push with this Kraken. So a bit of a misplay by Grumpjaw there. Kraken already halfway health. Ultimate now. Ooh! Nice 3-man stun on the Holy Nova, but gets Crucibled away. Ferox dangerously low. Pops the Crucible just to stay alive. And very rolling to safety there. Sky being so annoying. Just poking and poking and poking. Those forward barrages relentlessly raining down. And now Ferox eats someone, but he's so low. Can he actually do anything with it? He just dies. Dies with a Furby in his belly. Holy Nova tries to keep him alive. Oh, nice water wall keeping Lance safe. And now it's 1 versus 3 for Simi. Can he do something about it? No, he can't. Oh, Furby almost dying to a landmine there. Oh, dangerously low. Simi's going to die to this Gwen. Why did he overextend? What was the point of that? You were low on health. Well, okay, you weren't low, but clearly Gwen wasn't low either. Why overextend when all your teammates are dead? Bit of a bad play from Simi there. Throwing, and that will cost him the Crystal Sentry, which will give an extra buff to this DymaxioN team. They might be doing a rotation here for a surprise kill onto Ghost Warrior. They decide to fall back. They didn't notice that Lance was recalling. They thought he was rotating with the rest of the team. And that would be a very dangerous engage. And I think they had the total advantage on that engage if they would pursue it. Hey Silvers, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. You wanna join me casting? I could use a co-man talking crap about people and how good it was, or how easy it was to farm the lane in the good old days of the 3.0 meta. Forward barrage there, not quite connecting much. But FSA still seems to be ahead on this game. Even though they're behind on gold. You just need to be careful, play it safe. I think the key point here is the Grumpjaw, because Lance can't do any proper damage to Grumpjaw. So if you focus your plays or your engages around Grumpjaw, not engage when Grumpjaw is low, or not going 2 versus 3, for example, like they're doing here, they could probably have a good team fight. We seem to have a disconnect from Lance here. It doesn't seem to be moving, which is unfortunate for the game. Team FSA not really caring or knowing. They will keep capturing this Kraken. Now they will force an engage, Crucible. They seem to be respecting the disconnect from Lance. Lance is back now. They will try to resume. Oh, nice play there, catching that Grumpjaw out of position. And now it's Grace that is gonna fall. Nice turnaround from the disconnected Furby. Trying to catch this. Oh, Simi just dodging that one. Very nice ultimate there, trying to keep him alive desperately. Forward barrage with the Frostburn doing his work. He can't get impaled here. Oh, nice. Nice Suri Strike, avoiding the Furby, but not quite finishing him off. And he's going to die. Not quite enough skills to do 1 versus 3. And this will probably be a free Kraken for Ferox, or Furib, actually. I'm sorry, I keep mistaking the Ferox with Furry, because they both start with FE. Free Kraken for DymaxioN team. This is the second game of the matchup. If they take this Kraken push and win this game, they will go to the final of this Double Cup Elimination Tournament on Online Champion 3 versus 3 on the European region. They just have to push this Kraken all the way to the base. They still have to go through a few landmines to get there, though. There's one landmine right there. There's another landmine up there. They're waiting for the Kraken. It's always wise to wait for the Kraken. Fish food, not quite. How did that not connect? Seemed like Squashy just walked all over it, not getting any damage whatsoever. Ultimate there, trying to catch someone off guard, not quite connecting. And now they're chunking away at this Kraken. They're doing good. Nice fish food, connecting with 2 people there. This turret is gone. And now FSA needs to be careful there. They will be forced to rotate back. This Grumpjaw cannot die. If he dies, they will be in a very bad position. Mortal wounds being applied, but both Grace and Sky keep this safe. We have another turret on. Fearbox manages to eat someone. Ace's Eye not quite connecting. Ghost Warrior ends up on the enemy's team base. And this will probably make them turn around. Simi is overextending here. What are you doing, Simi? I know the Kraken is dead, but that's no reason for you to overextending. Grace manages to keep him alive. Let's go back to the team fight there. They managed to get 1 in the end. Very lucky turnaround. And now Furby is forced to run for his life. He pops the boots, barely gets away from that forward strike. That was very well timed, because the Frostburn would probably get him. And he does a little dance now. Just a little poking, making fun of their teammates. It's all good. It's all good. They live to fight another game. FSA in a very dangerous situation. They are one team fight away from losing their top bracket position on this tournament. If they lose, they also always have the losers bracket, but it's always better to reach the end of the tournament in front, right? A lot of vision. That should help them. Let's see what they can do to turn this around. Simi overextending here. Tries to put down some pressure onto Ghost Warrior. They do have the vision mostly covered. Kraken already awakened? Seems that he just died. How is she already awakened? Now Grace getting caught off. ACSI and the Crucible coming out. Forcing an engage. Ooh, 1,299 damage there. Need to be really careful. Like, Grace can't overextend like that. I mean, at least she managed to burn the ultimates out of Gwen. There's Simi overextending again, trying to get those. Ooh, just misses the fish food. Now it's Ferox overextending. Why are they always playing 1 versus 3? Do a proper 3-man engage. Grace trying to keep this Ferox Grumpjaw alive. They're forced to back off very slow due to that, to those water pools. The Impale not quite connecting, but doesn't really matter. They already got one of the heroes dead. Oh, nice ultimate from Sky. That pretty much saved them the game, I believe. If they managed to keep going on that momentum, they probably would have killed Ferox out. Ferox still wants a piece of this team fight, though. He wants to contest this Kraken. They need to contest this Kraken. They're 1 turret away, and the Krakens get stronger the longer it goes. Nice fish food there, connecting 2 people. A lot of damage from the support alone. Oh my god, they're so low. They can't contest this Kraken. Furby tries to get an Impale here, uses his boots, but not quite long enough. He's gonna recall back home, get a proper connect with the rest of his team. The rest of his team is also dangerously low. Why are they all recalling? They're gonna give a lot of time for the enemy to do this Kraken. They should be together, pushing this, trying to finish the game. There's 1 turret only, and it's half health. Instead, they're giving a lot of time for the FSA to hit this Kraken. They're trying to force an engage even. Lance dangerously low, not able to avoid that gruesome Fury forward barrage from Sky. The ultimate from Grace trying to keep Ferox in the team fight. Lance comes back, tries to do some damage. He just ends up dead. Can they turn this team fight around? Ferox is afraid. Can I engage? Can I not? He dies trying to engage. Molasses, will he be able to get... No, he's dead. Only Simi left alive, but we only have the Alcyon crystal left. So I think this is GG. Sorry to say, FSA, you won the fight, but you did not win the game. You lost the game. But very well played, a very close matchup. Congratulations to DymaxioN. They move on to play the next round of this tournament, which is the final. And that final will be against... Let me switch views real quick here. It will be against whoever wins between Fox Armada and Divergent Fate. I think Fox Armada and Divergent Fate should play in a little while, in about 20 minutes, I believe. So we might stick around to cover that as well. Congratulations to the winning team. I'm gonna ask around if the guys from the next game are ready to play. If they can, we can stick around instead of closing the stream. Otherwise, we will have a short break starting soon. So hold on a few minutes. Let me just ask. So we'll see. I've asked the question. What do you guys think about the game? It's pretty close, right? I think they were playing pretty well. I was impressed by DymaxioN. I was really thinking that FSA were the favorites there. So very impressive to see DymaxioN going forward and claiming this. And they will be in the final against whoever wins between Fox Armada or Fox Armada. Do you say Armada or Armada? I guess it's Armada. Fox Armada and Divergent Fate. Not to be confused with Divergent Path. That's the skill on the Idris, which I usually say it wrong. Let's take it. I was gonna try to take a look at the game. Let's see if we can do that without fucking up the stream look. So we can take a look at the final builds. Yes, we have it here, G Pro. Switch it back. Okay, the last two games that we just witnessed. First game, lost. I'm checking on the side of Ferox. He's the captain. First game, loss between. This isn't very aligned, is it? Let's try to fix that. Hold on. Okay, that might be a little bit better. So yeah, this was the final results. You can see the builds here for all the teammates while we wait for replies from the other teams that should play soon. Furby with Serpent's Mass Tension Bow and the Shrouding Mist thingy that I don't remember the proper name. With a Slumbering Husk and the Atlas Baldrum as well. Can't be too defensive, I guess. I would have probably made like what's it called? The that thing, this one, Tyrant's Monocle on Lance to do some extra damage. Okay, it seems that the other game will only be in 30 minutes, so we will find someone to raid and then we'll come back in 30 minutes to play the other matchup. Let's find someone to raid real quick. Let's take a look who is playing right now. Some Vainglory, not Twitter. I want to do Twitch. Twitch. Let's see, Vainglory. We have Maxman. Maxman is always playing. I guess we will raid Maxman. It's the only person I'm recognizing from here. So yeah, Maxman raid it is. So see you guys in about half an hour. We will have the other matchup between Divergent Fate and what was the name of the other team? And Fox Armada. So tune in for that later on. Otherwise, have a great evening. See you next time. Bye bye. Take care.
I do not know who that is.